for it. We thank y'all for watching Kingdom Ox citizens. Yo, I have somebody in the building with me today that is a young OG. I was
What's up?
about to hear, man, that man is like a little brother. I said this thing, I said he's like a little brother to CHH, man. We seen this kid go from a kid to a man to following his dad around to now being a father. It's just so exciting. A great lyricist, a great rapper, a great singer. He's a chameleon all in one. He's been doing this since he was a youngster, a young pup. Now he's like a lion out here. Matter of fact, he's out here with the hyenas. If you watch Sway in the Morning, he's out here with hyenas now. So he's kind of a little big. He's kind of floating on us now. Introducing everybody to my guy, my bro, Aaron Cole's in the building with us today. What's up, bro?
What's good, man? Thanks for having me, bro.
Nah, man, thank you for coming, bro. I'm excited, man. This is something that you've always been family, of course, Track Stars fam, and I heard word on the street you did something with Ryan, so it's only right that you come into the Kingdom Ox family, the Kingdom citizens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but man, let's just start off from the beginning, bro. Let's start off from the beginning. Let's have this conversation. How did Aaron Cole get in the game? Like, how did that happen for you, bro? Like, starting off coming from VA, like, just tell us story a little bit to our people, bro.
Yeah. So I started rapping when I was 3. My dad had a studio back in my hometown, Bristol, Virginia, and it was just different artists that was coming in and out. And so me just looking up to my dad, like I was in like all of the sessions, and my uncle was actually a Christian rapper at the time.
Okay.
And so I started like mocking his lyrics. So I would, rap his whole verses to him at like 3 years old.
Yeah.
And they was just like, man, nah, we gotta give him a shot. So they wrote me a rap. And from there, like we was just doing stuff. Like we was just, ministering, making music, making projects, making albums, doing shows in the area for love offerings, chicken dinners, whatever you have for us, we was doing it. And so I would say we was just kind of doing it for fun, and then or just to minister. I would say that was probably what it was. And then when I turned 12, that's when I really got serious about it. I was like, okay, like this is something I want to do with my life. And so I just remember my dad being like, all right, like, yeah, this is what you want to do. Like, you can't be like nobody else. Like, you can't, it's like, it's go time kind of thing. And so, from there, man, we just hit the ground running. And so
wow.
I was just working every day, just writing and recording and all that stuff, recording mixtapes. My dad would check me out of school to record mixtapes in the night and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we was just getting to it. Then I sometimes I leave this part out, but I need to start saying it more. When I was 14, I ended up being in a group. Like I went on a tour.
Oh wow.
My dad like put together like a small tour. And it was like these 2 guys that were Christian rappers that had heard of me. In the studio, we all worked at the same studio, and so they were all Christian rappers, and I was making a name for myself in like the area. And so they was just like, they came to one of my sessions, and so we just hit it off. So we hit the road together, and like the first few shows that we did it like a regular tour where one person went up, the second person went up, then I went up last. And then as time went on, it wasn't like a big tour. So we was doing like boys and girls clubs and stuff like that. And they would be like, man, we ain't got that much time. Like, y'all just need to get on stage and rock together. And so that's kind of like what the tour turned into, of us just being on stage, like helping each other on each other's songs. And one by one, they was all like, man, we should be in a group. And I wasn't trying to do it. Like,
what was wrong with the group situation? Like, what was something that the group was like? Was it like you always knew you wanted to be solo, or was it just like?
Yeah, I just was like, man, I was just so focused. Like, I was just so like, I was working on my own album at the time. Like, wow, what I'm saying? Anytime we would get on, like, do a show, like I'll be in the van, like writing my own, album. I felt at the time I felt was the greatest thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, I just had my own thing focused. So, anyways, time went by. Like, far as on the tour, and at the end of the tour, my dad was just like, "Man, I think this is what we should do," kind of thing. So we did it, man. It lasts for like a year, and it just came down to like they wasn't really about it, like how I was like I wouldn't say that they didn't have like dreams and goals to do it, but I just had like a different type of like just mentality at that time. Like I was like ain't nothing kind of stopping me. You know what I mean? And I was writing, recording all the time, and like they would start missing meetings for, you know what I'm saying, basketball, like start missing shows. Like it was just like it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work.
Did Pops know like from the jump, like, okay, this is what Aaron wants to do. How can I use what God given me? Because I mean, at the time, like prior to that, he was helping you write stuff. So how did he cultivate your gift in you to create who you end up becoming?
Yeah, nah, I think, yeah, he just, you know what I'm saying, being like me having a son now, like I can already tell like when he's ready to, you know what I'm saying, do what he wants to do, like I'm gonna want to help as much as possible. And so that's kind of just what it was. Like he just kind of, you know what I'm saying, helped me as much as possible. We hit the road, like we, you know what I'm saying, and at that time, you know what I'm saying, he was figuring out his own like entrepreneurship because he was at first working at Walmart and Blockbuster, and then he was just like, nah, like he wanted to do his own thing. So like he was doing his own thing. So he was able to, you know what I'm saying, help me out. And so yeah, man, he just instilled in me the grind and, you know what I'm saying, the hustle. And then the music part just came from my whole family. Like my aunts, my uncles, all them, they sing, they do, you know what I'm saying, they do something. Wow. Like I came from a family that sings and does music. So yeah,
which one was, oh my bad, which one was more like was pulling on you, that you felt like was rapping pulling more on you than singing, or was like you just sort of both of them going at the same time?
At the time it was like really rapping and like it was like a little bit of singing kind of thing. And so what happened was, like I said, my whole family was like the choir in my church growing up. Like it was my family. It was my aunts and uncles, my grandma, my mom's. Like it was us. That was the praise. And so it was just one Sunday that my uncle, he was singing Byron Cage, Bless the Lord, and he was singing it wrong. And I just called him out on it. I was like, man, you're not doing none of the runs he did. You're not doing none of the, I was like, you're not doing the right lyrics. Like you just up there winging it, like whatever, like just making jokes. He was like, man, I'm gonna put you up there next time. And then like he put me up there. And from then on, I was in the praise team. So then like singing started slowly happening. But then like I'll get to when I get into the story, like it didn't fully transpire until like I started doing sessions when I got with Toby and stuff like that. So
got you.
Yeah. So yeah, at the group situation that ended. And I remember feeling like, man, I just put my all into it. Like the album I was working on, I gave them my whole album. Like, so I just felt like, man, defeated for real. I was just like, man, what? And I remember my dad was just like, man, go in your room and write me a hit, whatever that means at 15. And so I wrote this. I wrote this song called 15 is the New 15. And we put together an EP around it. While that was going on, that's when I also I did the Mixed Bag challenge for one of the Truth records. And so I did the challenge and I won the challenge. And when I won the challenge, like the guy that was a part of the label side of the Truth, he was just like, man, like, nah, we want to work more. And so that's how you got to see me at the Flavor Fest. That's when I, you know what I'm saying, met Sean, was on the platform for the first time. So that's how that happened. It was just like, man, it was just happening right then. It was just happening so quick. And at the same time, Toby was inquiring me too. So Truth was inquiring me and Toby was inquiring me because Toby had heard that EP that I made in the car of one of our mutual friends. It's crazy because there was a guy in our hometown that was the head of FCA. He was good friends with Toby. And he would always be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get your stuff to Toby." And you know how I go, like he never did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, so it was just one day where he had the CD. He was in the car with Toby. You know what I'm saying? Toby heard. And he was like, "Who is this?" And he was just looking for, you know what I'm saying, someone like me at the time. And yeah, he called us, and you know what I'm saying, I met with him. And at that time, he was like, "Man, you 15. Like I wouldn't put you out until you're 18." And we was
Wow.
at the time, I was like, man, like I ain't gonna lie, I was a lot more arrogant than I am now. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. But at the time, boy, me and my pops was like, I'm ready now. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I was not ready. But
What, real quick. I remember you having a project. I don't know if y'all pulled this off DSPs, but you had a project where you was at school. Like the cover was like you was at school. Like
yeah, that was at 12. So that was when I was. It's on there. It's on Apple Music. It's not on
okay,
Spotify. It's on Apple Music. Yeah, like that was when I was 12. So that the school joint, that was when I was 12. That was right before I got into the group situation. You know what I'm saying?
got you. Okay,
I got to
okay,
the, I got to the group situation. You know what I'm saying? All that happened. And then right after that, that's when 15 is the new 15 happened.
yeah,
And you know what I'm saying? That's when things started just changing, like looking better for me.
yeah. Was the
Um,
15? Was the 15? The 15 is the new 15. Was that more of something where it got so many people's attention that you was like, yo,
yeah.
I think we really got something here. Like I really like right now it's like something totally different than prior to what I put out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because at the before that, like I said, the joining school, like it was just making noise in the area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like Bristol area, which is really small. Like I was doing my thing, but like yeah, I didn't have no like I don't know, I didn't have no leeway in no industry or anything like that. We was just
yeah,
doing our thing, and so yeah, so 15 is a new 15. It was like I did that. I did the challenge too. So when I did the challenge, like that's how the CHA side heard of me because I'm
yeah.
like I was with Truth, and then Toby had heard of me, like I said, because of the mutual friend. So, anyways, Toby's like, I'm not putting you out till you're 18. Like I said, I was arrogant at the time. I was like, man, I'm not trying to wait that long. You know what I'm saying? Truth Nim was talking about right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a lesson in this. So I was like, man, let's go. I'm gonna go right now. So I was a part of the Mixed Bag stuff. I did the Flavor Fest. I did the show in New York. They did a show in New York, and then not long after that, man, it just kind of dismantled. It started going, you know what I'm saying, down. And so towards the end, I was just like, dang, like maybe I should have gone to Toby. And Toby ended up calling back. It was just he called my dad. I remember like it was yesterday.
Oh
I came
wow.
I came home from school and my dad was like, yeah, Toby called today, you know what I'm saying? And he said, you know what I'm saying? At first Toby was just like, man, like I've been watching you guys, whatever. I think he wasn't watching that close because I don't think he knew that I had signed something. And so when my dad said, like, okay, yeah, we had signed something, but we're getting out of that, Toby was just kind of like, man, okay, good luck. Like, I don't want nothing to do with that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
My dad was like, nah, like we getting out of it. Like we would love to like meet, whatever. So long story short, I ended up meeting with them. And I just went through basically an artist development process because from then to 18, like I didn't come out as a goatee artist, but I was always, you know what I'm saying, just working with them. I would go back and forth to Nashville to write on songs. But then at that time too is when the if I can be honest, EP came about too.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah.
you had so much stuff, and then like it was so much a secret. I remember that time. I remember that
Yeah,
time because it was
yeah,
like it was
yeah,
such a secret time. It was like, is Aaron
yeah.
signed? Is Aaron not
Yeah,
signed?
nobody knew if I was signed because it was just
Yeah,
like, man, like I was working with them and they was like saying like they would, you know what I'm saying, like I'm gonna sign and etc. But you know what I'm saying, he wasn't gonna put me out till I was 18. So
yeah,
the thing that kind of sold us is that he was like, man, nah, like I want to work with y'all, but for these years, like y'all can do y'all thing. Like I see y'all doing shows, like you know what I'm saying, you can put out music, like whatever you want to do. And so that's how, like I said, that if I can be honest and
yeah,
stuff started
yeah,
happening because he was just like, man, nah, you could do that. Like you could do your thing. And because I was doing the sessions, you know what I'm saying, that they were setting me up with, I started meeting people like Derek, you know what I'm saying, Derek,
yeah.
stuff like that. And so yeah, like I said, that's where if I can be honest come from. And
Was
so
was that time when you realized that, yo, I got a pop bag too? You know what I'm saying? Was that a time?
So how
Was
that happened,
that time, or was that more like
this how that that's how that this how this happened. So I was doing sessions, like I said, back and forth. And you know what I'm saying? I would just go with whatever the flow was. And so I would sing melodies and stuff, and then people would just be like, oh, like you sing too, kind of thing. And we would
yeah,
end
yeah.
because the producers didn't really know, you know what I'm saying, and was getting excited about it, we would start going that direction in
Oh
the
wow.
in the sessions, right? And
Yeah.
so at first it was just like on some, you know what I'm saying, really R&B stuff and stuff like that. But then I tell this story a lot. Right before things kind of like shifted in my life at that time, I I ended up getting into a relationship. So
Oh wow.
yeah, my dad was like, man, you don't think it's a coincidence you get in a relationship right before things go crazy? And I was like, nah, like we lit, we good, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so I ended up getting a relationship. Long story short, the end of the relationship, my dad was like, man, you need to, you know what I'm saying, stop talking to this girl. And for me, he was like, he was like, you need to take a break. That's what he said first. He was like, you need to take a break. He wanted me to, you know what I'm saying, seek God for myself. So he was like,
Yeah.
you need to take a break from this girl, like see God about this girl, whatever. And you know what I'm saying, I told him I would, and then I just changed her name on my phone to my homeboy's name so he wouldn't know. And then and then right after that, we had a show. I had a show in Orlando. My dad was cutting my hair, and he was like, man, you been talking to that girl. And I was like, yeah, sometimes like she'll send me sketches in the morning, but like we don't talk like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just capping for real. And and so then he's like, man, I'm telling you, you need to stop talking to this girl. Boom. The show gets canceled in Orlando, or hurricane is on the way. So we go out to dinner that night with one of my dad's friends who's a stylist. And while we're with them, I'm texting her. I don't know how her name got back to what her name was, but you know what I'm saying, I changed her name back to what it was. So I'm texting her, whatever. They're talking amongst each other about like helping me out with my style, et cetera, et cetera. The
Yeah.
dude asked for my Instagram to see my Instagram. I give him my phone. You know what I'm saying? The girl texts. And so he said, and so he doesn't know. So he's like, oh, so-and-so is texting you. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, my dad just gave me the death stare. You know what I mean? And so we got to the car. Of course, he going crazy. The next day, we have to drive back to Virginia because the hurricane was coming or whatever.
Yeah.
So the first 5, we got a 10-hour drive back to Virginia. The first 5 hours, he don't say a word to me. He don't say nothing. You know what I mean?
Dang.
So we get gas. He get back in the car. You know what I'm saying? He on the phone with my mom. She's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with your son. Like going crazy. And so I'm like, so he goes, man, like I'm gonna always be your dad, but if you know what I'm saying, continue talking to this girl, like I'm not doing this music stuff with you no more. So
Dang.
that's when it got real to me. Like I was like, okay. I just started thinking more. You know what I'm saying? It got really real. At first, I'm just like, man, he tripping. Like he just want me to not be with a girl right now, like on some dad stuff. But I was like, okay, it might be more serious than I think. So we get home that night. I wake up the next morning. Everybody's gone from the house. So I just started yelling at God in my room, like, God, it sounds crazy now. It sounds super silly, but I'm like, God, if this girl for me, I need you to let me know right now. Like, I don't need to be praying for 40 days, 40 nights. I need to know right now. Like, what's up? So I said amen. As soon as I said amen, my mom texted me. Now, my mom this whole time, my mom is like been on our side. Like she's kind of been like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, if y'all supposed to be together, y'all gonna be together. Just listen to your dad so you don't get in trouble. Like she on that wave, you know what I'm saying? So when I say amen, she texts me like, Aaron, I think you need to break up with this girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, she with him, he's bamboozling her. You know what I mean? I just text her back like, Moms, we'll talk later. A little bit more time goes by. I get a call from a dude. that I ain't worked with since I was like 14. And at this point, I'm like 17 now. Like my pop said, like it's almost time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get a call from a dude that I ain't worked with in like 3-4 years. He's like, bro, what's up, man? Like, he was like, man, I know we ain't talked in a minute. He's like, man, I just had to call you, like, how you doing, whatever. I was like, man, it's a lot going on, but I'm good, whatever. He was like, man, I had to call you because, you know what I'm saying, I had a dream. And to this day, he don't even remember this. Like, but he was like, I had a dream, man. And he was like, and you was building a wall. And he was like, on the other side of the wall was like, man, I feel like everything that you've been working for. He was like, I saw Grammy Awards, I saw, you know what I'm saying, Double Awards, Stellar Awards, etc. Like, I just saw a bunch of success. He's like, so I don't know if you messing with some girl, but you gotta cut that out. I got spooked. I got spooked. So I was like, all right, yeah, it's over. Like, it's over. So I talked to a few more people, my mentor, my spiritual mentor at the time. Like, and he's like, yeah, I've been waiting to tell you, like, whatever. So I end up breaking up with her. When I break up with her, I have a trip to Nashville probably like a couple weeks after that.
Yeah.
And I write right on time.
Oh wow.
Yeah. 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 So that's how it happened. Like we was in the studio, you know what I'm saying? I was writing with a guy named Dalton Deal. And he started just playing on the piano, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It was just a bunch going on at the time. Like, I'm just getting out of that. You know what I'm saying? My pops low-key tightened me that I even got into that. You know what I'm saying? Things are about to, like, I've been waiting for it at this point 2 or 3 years to come out on the label. So it's just like, man, that's what came out. Don't worry, his love is always right on time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Did Toby know you had like a missile like that? Like, did he know, like, yo, I want to get on that because that's a missile?
Yeah. Nah, so we did the song. I remember I had did a few of them because they was, you know what I'm saying, at that point when they heard I could sing, it was like, okay, yeah, like we want you to do the hip hop stuff, but they bread and butter was the radio, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, man, we want to get you to do something that's authentic to you that can go on the radio. So I was shooting, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot of Jones where I was just shooting for that, you know what I'm saying? And so when we got that, I remember it was like, I remember getting texts like, yeah, nah, that might be it. Like, ooh. Yeah, I don't remember how it happened. I might have asked him or he might have just hopped on it. But yeah, he hopped on it. I remember he got in the studio, we did it. Rest is history, brother. Number one. Double voice, all that. So yeah.
Did you feel like, man, that call was a call that really kind of changed everything? Because it's like, if you would have kept going with "Oh Girl" right on time, may have not have happened.
Bro, you wouldn't know me. You wouldn't know me. I would be probably in Bristol with probably like 4 kids working there. Walmart, brother. No cap. Nah, like looking back on it, man. I just get grateful for real because I'm like, I say this a lot. I'm like, man, God didn't let me get in the way. Like,
Yeah.
And sometimes like we'd be like, man, this person try to stop me or this. It's like, nah, like God didn't let me get in the way of my destiny and my, you know what I'm saying, my calling that he had on my life. So yeah, bro, it was like I think regardless of if he called me or someone else called me or if he just spoke to me like audibly, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I would have, you know what I'm saying, eventually figured it out. Just because of, like I said, he didn't let me get in the way. So
Got you.
It's crazy.
Did you feel like in that meantime of like not letting people know you were signed to Gotee, was that like hard too? Was that something where you was like, man, because I remember I remember everybody was just talking about that, and like I could tell you wanted to say something, but it was just like I can't say anything.
Yeah, man, I'm young, you know what I'm saying? I'm 17. This is something that I've always kind of dreamed of. Like, I'm seeing, you know what I'm saying, other people on the label, like, you know what I'm saying, do they thing, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm still in Bristol, like, so it's like all that's going on. So of course, like I'm like, man, like I wanted to get out, but bro, like it was so beneficial. Like that period of my life was so beneficial because not only was that going on, like him molding that out of me, that relationship, like that's when I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I started just working on my craft heavily. Like I said, getting into the sessions, but also like what we call like boot camp. Like, so if I ever do a, you know what I'm saying, label or something like that, 20, probably 30 years from now or something, like all of my artists going through what me and my dad was doing. Like we'll go outside. I would have to wake up every morning, read my Bible, do my chores. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, I would run up and down my hill in Virginia while rapping my lyrics. So I would be rapping anything that I had at that time that was like I would do in shows, and then I would stand at the top of the hill and I would start rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like I was performing. Like so people driving by looking at me crazy. Like I was doing that every day. You know what I'm saying? And then don't let me get in trouble. Then he telling me to go bear crawl the hill until he tell me to stop. You know what I'm saying? So people coming home from work and like, man, you still bear crawling? Like, yeah, like I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, like that time was just super, just like beneficial, just like molding me into the artist that I am, the music that I make now, like the man that I am, like, cause like I said, like just I was reading the word more. I was like falling into, you know what I'm saying, love with God for myself. So like man, told knew like I wasn't ready at 15. So like when stuff started happening at 18, like I felt like I just went through like, you know what I'm saying, military for real. Like, all right, let's go. Get it. Cause since then, bro, like I know to the world it seems like, man, like Aaron been here for a minute, bro. I feel like I blinked and I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm like almost 10 years in the game type thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 25 years old. I turn 26 tomorrow. So it's like,
oh, happy birthday, sir.
appreciate it. So it's like, man, like I'm blinked and I'm here. So I'm like, oh, that period of time was just so beneficial. It felt so slow at the time, but it was because like I said, he knew like once I'm out here, once I'm doing stuff, now it's just like, all right, you got to do it again. Okay, you got a number one. Okay, do it again. Okay, you got a number one. Okay, do it again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doing that 3 or 4 times, and it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? What else you gonna do? Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's it's a never-ending thing, and so I'm just grateful, man, to like I still feel like, man, it's just like so much to offer with the even with Sorry I Changed last year. Like, man, it's just been a super crazy experience. Like, and I just feel like every year, like I just knock off things on my list of when I was a kid, like I wanted to do. Like, if you would have told me that I was gonna be on Sway, I would have been like, you right. It's on my vision board, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it was funny. Like I said it on Sway, but when I did the song with Kirk on Sorry I Changed, we was in the studio and I was just like, man, thank you for doing this, bro. Like I had you on the vision board for years. He's like, man, you ain't got no vision board. You too young to have a vision board, man. Like he was like, that's an old thing. I was like, nah. I've been on the vision boards, you know what I'm saying? So
What made you I want to go back just a little bit. What made y'all go with Truth, and like was that something that like you said it was a learning experience, but like how could you like for artists maybe watching this and being like, man, I want to sign immediately. Like
yeah.
how did that like what did that teach you about signing immediately versus waiting? You know what I mean? Signing with Mixed Bag.
Going with Truth, yeah, like I said, it was impatience for sure, but then also like on the like just the good side of it, like I was just like, man, I grew up listening to Truth, you know what I'm saying? Like Truth was the guy for me, my dad, and my uncle. You know what I'm saying? I remember when all the albums came out after church, I would get into my uncle's car, we were putting on the Truth album, you know what I'm saying? All that. So like at the time, I'm just like, man, that junk crazy, like, you know what I mean? So yeah, like, and then to be honest, like I knew at the time, I knew Toby was a bigger artist, but I didn't grow up on Toby like that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, that was one thing. But then yeah, like I feel like everything that I went through, like it was to teach me something, because it definitely taught me to be patient. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I
Yeah.
just being patient with certain things and not being quick to move sometimes, it's just like, man, like it does wonders. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I feel like just through my career, like, bro, I've seen them come and go, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
bunch of people that when I was, you know what I'm saying, when I had my first number one and stuff, that was on the top of the world. And when I'm at these award shows and stuff, they are nowhere to be found. You know what I mean? And so
Wow.
I'm just like, bro, like that just comes from, like, I feel like just molding your craft, and you know what I'm saying, like, that the whole thing of like slow and steady wins the race is such a real thing. It's like I'm grateful. I know I've been around enough to know there's sometimes where you're gonna have one song that just like is going crazy and it's a moment. It's sometimes where you might have a slow moment. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
wanted I won a double award, New Artist of the Year, everything going crazy, every artist you can think of in my DMs, and then it's the pandemic and nothing's going on. Nobody has no shows. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I've
Wow.
seen the ups and downs of it, but I think all that I've learned, man, is just like, and all that I've learned, but also that I've like just inquired of being with God, is like, man, God's peace through it all. You know what I'm saying? Peace,
Yeah.
peace, peace in the storm. Like,
Yeah.
because sometimes for an artist, like, man, that pandemic felt like a storm, because it was like, man, what's gonna happen? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
people can't go to shows, like people can't do anything. Like, what are we gonna do? So man, just having peace in the storm, bro. Like, is a keeping a level head through it all. And so it's just
What
something
is
that I've learned to do.
yeah? What
Go ahead.
is Christian? What is CCM like for a young black man? Like, what is CCM like for somebody who's no, I'm serious because I mean, a lot of young, you don't really see a lot of young black men in CCM like that, but you was in it. Like, what was that like, bro?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. I think one reason that I have been accepted is because of the people that's around me. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
Um, and you know what I'm saying? It's tough, but it's like I found myself in a season where I'm like, okay, I want to change this because I have this. Let me see if I can do some songs that are just like more gospel leaning and get them. It's like, nah, like it's not going to change. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
been before me, it's been a gospel, it's been a CCM, it's been a Christian rap. So it's just like, for me, I feel honored and I feel blessed that I've been able to have the experiences that I have been, of like being on CCM radio, and you know what I'm saying, doing songs with Kirk, doing songs with Kiara Shear, but also, you know what I'm saying, being to my hip hop roots and stuff like that. Like, I'm just honored that I get to do that, because like you said, like, not a lot of people get to do that. So it was definitely interesting, and it was definitely tough, just to, you know what I'm saying, break through, because you know what I'm saying, I think some race does have something to do with it also, but I think it's
Yeah.
also just like the listeners too. Like, the listeners are looking for a certain sound when it comes to CCM, and you know what I'm saying, sometimes that doesn't favor a black artist. Now, I will say,
Wow.
in my years, it has gotten better. It's really gotten better, and I feel like there's a lot of people that's on CCM radio. And I would say, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I probably have had a little bit to do with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, like I said, I'm glad that it can get that way. You know what I'm saying? You see people like Tyrion on the radio, and even before me though, like, you had me in Decent and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I think for me, like, just bringing a little bit of soul. Like, if you listen to Right on Time, it's definitely pop. But you know what I'm saying? I got the church choirs in it. I got the, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
at that time, I feel like, for me and my perspective, I don't think a lot of people was doing that at CCM. So
Got you.
yeah, man. It was interesting, but like I said, I'm grateful for the journey, and I'm grateful for, you know what I'm saying, the people that I've met along the way. Because I know as we continue to go, like, it's gonna be more things that come up when it comes to CCM, et cetera, et cetera. So
Do you feel like that that's something that people need to know about, like especially African American artists, of like, man, once you get in these spaces, it could be difficult, like, but that people don't know about. Because I mean, like you said, being someone that's right on time happened. And I remember hearing that like on CCM radio in like in here in Atlanta, and not hearing that, hearing like you said, like hearing Mandiza, or like on these radio stations, hearing like Mandiza, or hearing like old Shackles, or like, you know what I mean? Like not really hearing black artists like that, but
Yeah.
hearing yourself on it was like, man, they go Aaron, bro. Like Aaron got a record on, you know, Air One, or he got a record on these platforms. Was
Yeah.
that something where it's like, as you look back now, like, man, thank God I did that record? Or was it one of those things like, man, it happened and God just get the glory out of it?
Both. Both. Yeah, I think, man, thank God that I did that record, because one, like I said, I feel like it was, I feel like it was innovative. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I feel like it, man, it catapulted me to, you know what I'm saying, be who I am today. You know what I'm saying? That was my
Yeah.
first like real introduction to the world. That was my first real introduction to the world. So from there, we had, you know what I'm saying, One More Day, the Virginia Boy Project, etc. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying, where they got to get to know me more. And then we got Like You, which was another #1. But by that time, it's just like, okay, I've really developed my sound and how I want to present to the CCM radio, etc. And so, yeah, I think both in, like, God gets the glory from it because he gets the glory from my whole career. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I ain't perfect. I made mistakes, but you know what I'm saying? He's still been able to use a young kid from Bristol, Virginia to inspire different people around the world, you know what I'm saying, to go after their dreams. And so yeah, man, I would say both. And it was like, it was a crazy time, just like hearing myself like on the radio and stuff like that. Like I just remember it being so crazy. And so like now, even when I have like the highest of moments, it's like I get to enjoy those, because I know, like I said, it's the ups and the downs that come with it that make the journey a beautiful story. And I said this yesterday too, like, but I cannot wait for my documentary. It's gonna be crazy.
That's crazy, bro. Was Toby Mac having that cosign a little easy too? Was that like something was like you can get into CCM radio because you got one of the kind of like the Kurt Franklin
Oh
of
yeah.
CCM? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I said that earlier without saying it, but yeah. I was I was over there, yeah, for sure. Cause you know what I'm saying? Toby helped me. You know what I'm saying? Toby helped me
Yeah.
and got me there. And then, you know what I'm saying, from there, like even Torn believing in me, Torn Wells,
Yeah.
like it was them too, like helping, you know what I'm saying, me guide into that genre just because they believe in me. So those my big brothers, you know what I'm saying, for real. So yeah, like that it was definitely them like that helped present just a new sound to
Yeah.
radios. And I didn't have like the craziest hits like they did or anything like that, but I think them helping me and them getting my songs on there, like I said, was just an innovative thing to hear people like me on that radio. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. That's do what do you feel like you are in that goatee um like in a goatee label history of goatee? Where is Aaron Cole? Like what do you feel like what do you put in that brick of that in that house of goatee? What do you feel like you put in that?
Um Man, I feel like I'm top five. No, I'm just nah, man, like I feel like for me, like I and talking those my peoples too. Like Tobes to my person, like that's like I said, that's big bro. And you know what I'm saying, the president over there, Joey, like I
Yeah.
love them. And so I feel like, man, just what I brought was just, you know what I'm saying, I brought back kind of what Goatee was at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah.
as time went on, like they started like just tackling other things. But I think I kind of Toby was really like just passionate about the music that I did, of like doing the singing, but also doing the rapping and being relevant in the culture,
Yeah.
etc. I think I was one of those people that kind of just brought that back, that out of Eden era, the grits era, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I was kind of like that new fresh thing that brought that element back to Gotee. And so yeah, man, I think I have a stamp in the legacy. You winning new artist of the year too, like it did something for me too. So I hope I have some skin in the game. I might be 5, but top 5 might be top 5 on Gotee.
So
You know?
okay, so what is your top
Grits,
5
Grits is
Gotee?
one. Grits is one for sure.
Okay.
Out of Eden 2.
Okay.
John Rubin.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? People might not know, but I remember seeing Ruben on a TV show back in my hometown. Ruben, what are we doing? He was on there. So 3, Reliant K. All
Okay.
right, all right. I might not be top 5. I'm top 6. Because Reliant K and Jamie definitely was up there. So I'm top 6. I'm top 6.
Top 6. You missing some people, but okay.
Off the top of my head, that's the ones that
you got like Nota Verbs. You got
yeah, for sure. Not shout out to Birds. I'm just saying that really like shifted the culture. Like
no, I get what you're saying. Like did some numbers, did
yeah,
something. I mean, because I still goes crazy today. Like you
I goes crazy today. Out of Eden was out of here. Like I said, John Rubin at the time was out of here. Reliant K, like I didn't get hip to them until I got on the label, but they was out of here. And I remember the Jamie Grace wave for sure.
Yeah.
I think when it's all said and done, based on the things that I do, years to come from now, I can probably go up, you know what I'm saying, in that list. As far as now, yeah, they had the shifting culture ways, and I feel like I'm right there under there for sure.
Yeah, I mean they had some their earlier days of like the 90s 2000 wave of Gotee was like very hip hop. DJ Madge, you had so many people.
Shout out to Madge, that's you know what I'm saying, that's, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like, but yeah, like I feel like I was bringing that back. Like
yeah, you were.
I was the one that, you know what I'm saying.
Because they were quiet for a minute, man. They were quiet when it came to hip hop.
They had the Jamie Graces. They had I'm saying they was just tackling other things, which is cool. Like, but I think, like I said, I was the one that was just kind of like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna do some of that too, but I'm here to shift the culture. You know what I mean? And so, I'm grateful for that, man. I'm grateful for where I'm at right now, and I'm grateful for Gotee. Like, I'm nothing. You know what I'm saying? Without believing in me for sure. So.
Do you feel like that transition from Gotee to where you at now, was that like a handoff situation, or was it like
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't really talked about this, but I was probably like only like I was probably only the 3rd or 4th person to like finish my deal at Gotee. Like the Gotee, like the Gotee, like it wasn't like I left, like I didn't get traded. You know what I'm saying? I finished my contract. You know what I mean? And at the time, it was just like a lot of, you know what I'm saying, people inquiring. And I even talked to Gotee again, but I just feel like where I was at and where I was headed in my career, it just made more sense to go with Sony. But it was between still Gotee and a couple more people. But yeah, like that was, man. I heard
a lot of people had your name like you was like a like almost like one of those, you know, those not draft pick, but you was like a free agent that everybody was thinking like trying to pick up.
Yeah, for sure. That time was crazy. Yeah, that time was crazy. Like it was definitely a free agent. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say I was Brian, but it was like, you know what I'm saying, taking my talents to South Beach situation, like where being with everyone, like, you know what I'm saying, all that. So it was a cool time for sure. And it was like a lot of pressure and a lot of things going on. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like ultimately, like I made the right decision in where I'm at now. And so yeah, but to answer your question, that ended well, man. I texted Toby a picture of my son, etc. Like I saw him at my homeboy's baby shower. Like it's family. Like Toby, everybody over there is family, like for real.
Got you. Did RCA Inspirational like really like woo you to them, or was it something where you was like, okay, this is the level that I need to be at with RCA? You know what I'm saying? Or was it more like their opportunity was the best opportunity you saw out there?
Yeah, I think it was the opportunity. Like, I don't think anybody wooed wooed me just because of like where I was at. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was kind of like already like established. Like, I feel like when I was 15, that was when I was getting wooed. Like, you know what I
Got
mean?
you.
Like,
Got you. Got you. Okay.
in the Toby and the True situation, that was like the woo situation. Like, oh snap, like this is crazy. I think at
Yeah.
that time it was more so like I was more so nervous. You know what I'm saying, about the decision to make, and like a shout out to the people I had around me, but they were just like, man, God is with you wherever you go, and that gave me
Mm.
just peace about it. But yeah, it was just like it was a lot of situations just meeting with people, and you know what I'm saying, not meeting with people who like you don't know if they got your best interest, you don't know what, you know what I'm saying, they could just see money,
Yeah.
whatever. But I feel like, yeah, just with Sonny, man, I had peace about it. Like it was something that I've been looking for, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't know, like Gotee is an independent label. Like,
Oh
so
wow.
it's like independent and major is two. I like both, but it's two different things. Where it's like independent, you might have like a little bit of a shorter team, but they might pay a little bit more attention to details. Where, you know what I'm saying, major labels, it's like you have a bigger team, you have a person that's working on this for you, have a person that's working on that for you. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
like, in the time being, I just feel like that's something that I like needed. You know what I mean? Like I needed somebody that was like helping me come up with the marketing schemes, helping me come up, you know what I'm saying? Like different people set for different things. It was just time to elevate, to go to another level in the
Yeah.
major. So I don't know what the future holds, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm super happy and I'm excited, you know what I'm saying, to what's next. Like I got a lot of things coming up for sure.
Yeah. On our channel, on my channel, me and DJ B Plus, we had a conversation about that and was like, do these labels know how to market Christian hip hop? What are your thoughts? Do you think labels, like mainstream labels, know how to market Christian hip hop?
It just depends on the label. It depends on the label. Some labels do, some labels don't. Some labels, you know what I'm saying, just say get out there. But I would say for me and what I've experienced over here, even with people that have, you know what I'm saying, are no longer over here, and like people that's still here now, like it's people that's coming with ideas of like, okay, I don't know if you saw, did you see my rollout last year? Uh
For your Sorry I Changed record?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you had a dope rollout for that. You had like different like vignettes of videos and different things of
Yeah,
that
like
nature. Yeah.
yeah, like the skits, like, you know what I'm saying? That was half me, but that was half them too. The Cold Stone, the I
Yeah.
Love You Cold Stone partnership, like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it just depends on where you at. But I know a lot of good people that, you know what I'm saying, can market, but also there's a lot of people that don't, and they just tell you to go make a bunch of TikToks. You know what I'm saying? That's a real thing. But I would say, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I've seen experience where they can be able to market Christian hip hop for sure.
Really? Wow. Wow. I do think, man, that we're in a wave, man, and I think you're part of that wave now with like the Christian hip hop. People looking at Christian hip hop and going like, I can
Yeah,
invest in this. You know what I'm saying? I think your
absolutely.
generation is part of that wave. What is some precautions that you are nervous about when it comes to stuff like that? With people
Mm,
looking at that like, yo, I think I can invest in it, but you kind of like nervous about that. You know what I'm saying? Like and
yeah,
when I'm saying not you, but just the culture of Christian
yeah,
hip hop right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Man, I think it's the one thing that I get worried about sometimes is like, man, I think people like they just have to be careful. I would say this goes both in like the labels and the artists of just like not letting it get gimmicky, not letting it get, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying, to a point where it's just like, okay, this is the hot thing to do, so we gon', yeah, Christian everything, like, yeah, woo woo, like, you know what I'm saying, like that's when it gets like gimmicky to me. It's like you just doing that to, you know what I'm saying, get hot.
yeah.
That's what I that's what I don't like. And so I feel like I was talking to somebody else about this. Of like, you can always weave out, you know what I'm saying, what it is. Like you can always tell, like it's in scripture. Like you can judge them by their fruits. You know what I mean? Of like
Wow.
what is really, who is really about this, like who is really like about their craft. So I just want, and this could be selfish of me, but I just want the people that really care about the craft and not try to milk the system to get to those points. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I want to see the people that's really about it, that's really, you know what I'm saying, care about the music, care about elevating the music, and care about inspiring people, care about, you know what I'm saying, like leading people to God. Like I want those people to get in these positions, because if it's just people that's, you know what I'm saying, everybody getting signed and, you know what I mean, like we don't even know who they really are, and you know what I mean, like it just
Yeah.
becomes sometimes where it becomes gimmicky, like it comes like, you know what I mean, like, so that's just how I feel about it. I just want people to really, and that, like I said, that goes both in, like with the artist, I want you to care about your craft. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's listening here, like listening to this, it's like, nah, I want you to care about your craft and really care about, you know what I'm saying, elevating your pen, elevating, you know what I'm saying,
Mm.
like what you got to do, so that you take this seriously and not trying to milk the system. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sway. Talk about Sway, man. Like going on there and like, was you nervous? Was you like, did they ask you to rap prior to? Like, hey man, you give us some bars, or was that on the spot, or was you like just prepared to go on Sway in the morning?
Man, you heard everything that we've been talking about today. I was prepared. I'm like, I'm not going to Sway in the morning without bars. What do you mean? I had even like a couple more ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just kind of
Yeah.
like, that was the moment. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I would say the only reason I was a little bit nervous is because I had got sick the night before.
Oh wow.
So, like
Wow.
if you listen to the interview, like I was a little bit nasally, but I was not canceling Sway in the morning, brother. So you know what I'm saying, I went, I was, you know what I'm saying, drinking a bunch of Dayquil, a bunch of NyQuil. You know what I'm saying, I was in my hotel the night before, just, you know what I'm saying, sleeping it off, trying to sleep it off. And so I mustered enough energy. You know what I'm saying, God gave me the strength to you know what I'm saying, do what I did. But I'm very pleased with how it turned out, for sure, man. It was a moment, like Sway, Heather B, you know what I'm saying, and yeah, like they were Tracy G, they show love, man. Like it was,
Really?
yeah, like
Wow.
it was super, just family vibes, and you know what I'm saying, like I feel like the interview, like man, like it felt like an out of body experience. Like even when I talked to
Wow.
my dad afterward, like he was just like, man, like yeah, no, I could tell, like, you know what I'm saying, he was just ready for the moment, like, you know what I mean, like I just felt like some of the answers that I was like just giving and stuff like that, like I don't even remember, you know what I mean, I feel like just God just kind of like took over, you know what I mean, and so
Yeah.
yeah, man, it was an honor, man, and just hearing like him, like after like I got done and we got off air, he just dabbed me and he was like, man, you did your thing, like you went crazy. So that's all
Wow.
that's all I needed to know, for real. So
You ready to come back up there if they say, hey man, we want some hyenas to come back up here?
yeah, I gotta go back for sure. Gotta go back for sure.
How many like raps did you have ready, like prepare, like yo? And then also, did you have like, yo, if they put this beat on, I'm gonna go with that rap. If they put that beat on, I'm gonna go with this rap.
Yeah, nah, I had a lot. I had a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? I had a lot ready, and I had just like certain things, like you said, like I had certain things like, okay, if they do this, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just kind of go here. Like I had things to be ready to prepare for, to go in the moment, like to be in the moment. So like the Fred Hammond situation, like that was a in the moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I was
yeah,
like, okay, it's enough tempo to where I can whatever. So when I was like, Sway looking blessed, Heather B blessed, Tracy G blessed, AC blessed, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that was in the moment. Like I wanted to be in the moment with also having some stuff prepared. But yeah, man, I was just ready for Sway. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened was I went to New York to do On the Radar. So
yeah.
I did On the Radar, and I did Kirk Franklin's Praise. And so I had did that probably like 4 or 5 months before, and he was just in the hallway.
Oh, Sway
So
was in the hallway.
yeah, so at the Kirk Franklin Praise Joint, you know what I'm saying? It's in the same building. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I didn't know that, but it was in the same building. And so as I'm about to go on Kirk Franklin Praise, I'm like, man, that's Sway. So I immediately was just like, man, what's up, Sway? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Aaron Cole, like, whatever. And he was like, oh no, I know who you are. Like, and the reason I you know what I'm saying? Because people be capping sometimes just to like make you feel good.
Yeah.
But the reason I knew he knew who I was, he was just like, yeah, like I've had Andy on the show, whatever. Like, so I was like, okay, like you know who I am for sure. Like, if you saying Andy and D1, like, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, bro. So when I met him, it was just, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a divine moment. Like, I'm going on Sway for sure. You know what I mean?
Dope.
Like, it wasn't nothing confirmed or anything like that. But from that day, I was just writing every day.
Wow.
Yeah, so when we got the call, like, yeah, come up, pull up, I was like, bet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Was that the same way with On the Radar too, or was On the Radar just something that the label or you had a
yeah,
connection there?
on the radar is more so you know what I'm saying, a thing of just like we had like a mutual connection, and I think
Got you.
talked to Gabe about me or whatever, and we went up there. So yeah, that was just a special situation. So I went.
It's so crazy about On the Radar for me. It's just like to look at that they treat Christian rappers as much as they treat like mainstream or underground rappers that's coming up there. Like it doesn't seem like it's a big difference if like the guy that who got the hottest record in New York is up there, and then
Oh yeah,
Lecrae comes up there, or you go up there, or
I think
Wande, or I mean Anike go up there, or different people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'll be watching like Gabe. Shout out to Gabe, who's the head of it. I think that's kind of like his whole. Like that was his whole thing. Like that was his whole MO of like, man, no, I want this to be where like all the artists pull up. You know what I mean? Like if you got an artist, you got, you know what I'm saying, something going for you, like pull up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's not a paid situation. It's not anything like that. It's just like, man, they got a platform where they do freestyles, whatever. It's like pull up. You know what I mean? So you got to have certain ends and stuff like that. But a lot of people is just like, man, I think he just wants them to pull up. So I think that is great. Like it's just a part of the whole narrative right now. I just feel like, man, like music is music. It feels like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
if it's Christian, if it's not, like people just rocking with good music. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So yeah, man, it's definitely different times of when, you know what I'm saying, I was growing up, and you know what I'm saying, 15, 16 years old. It's just like I feel like it was two totally different spaces, but the lines are getting blurred even more, like, you know what I mean? So which is, I feel like, a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like we standing on what we believe in, we talking about God, we talking about Jesus, but it's just like people are being more open, you know what I'm saying, to that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
man, sometimes I want to listen to that. So
Wow, man. Yo, you do anybody ever come to you be like, yo, man, you related to Jay?
Jay-Z.
No, Cole, J. Cole. You're like,
I was like, what? Yeah, all the time. Yeah, J. Cole, yeah, for sure.
Jay.
Is J. Cole your brother? Is J. Cole your uncle? I'm like, man,
That's
maybe,
crazy.
maybe.
That's crazy work, bro. Yo, I think the cool thing is, real quick, talk about your lady. Talk about how you met your lady, and just that journey, man. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Just talk about that, bro. Because I mean, for us, like we all, like I said, like you little bro, like you little bro that grew up in this. I remember when your dad gave me, he slid like, yo, hey, this is Aaron. He's on a Mixed Bag compilation. I remember that like it was yesterday. He's on a
right.
Mixed Bag compilation. This is the number he's on, the track, and everything. Like, and I'm like, now to see that you are a dad and a
Yeah,
husband, like, just talk about that experience, man, real quick.
yeah, man, it's a blessing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? My wife is amazing, and my son is amazing. It's just cool to, you know what I'm saying? Um, I feel like just redirect like my family history a little bit, you know what I mean? Like I feel like that's just an honor to me. Like I just want to stay in that, you know what I'm saying? I just pray that every
Yeah,
day. Like, you know what I'm saying, of like keeping that legacy alive and showing Amari, you know what I'm saying, like just healthy situations, you know what I mean? And so
yeah,
yeah, man, I'm super honored. Like it's been a journey, but I'm, you know what I'm saying, just grateful to be here and to have just like such a supportive family and stuff like that. And I'm just ready to see what the, you know what I'm saying, next 10, 15 years is gonna look like when it comes to just like the family situation. And so I can't wait to see what Amari's gonna get into. You know what I'm saying? I want to retire her and we just, you know what I'm saying, we cooling, you know what I mean? Like this music thing is like headed to that point. And so like these next 10 years, I'm just like super focused, man, of just going to that next level. Because I feel like, yeah, like I said, like the legacy, it starts with me. It starts right here. And so
Did you be like, man, I'm gonna be a father. I got to take this extremely serious. Like, you know how some artists be like,
yeah,
like I'm single and I could do my thing, but then when you become a parent, it's like, man, I gotta
yeah.
really.
No, I think it was like, cause we've been talking about, like, man, I always took it seriously, but like I think, you know what I'm saying, having a son is just like, man, it just made it even more like, people always say like, man, it's not about you, but like it made it even more like it's not about me. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be one day that I'm done. Like it's gonna be one day that I'm not doing music anymore.
Yeah.
And saying my son is gonna be telling stories of like, yeah, my dad used to do this, my dad used to do that, whatever. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that just kind of like hit home to me of just like, okay, yeah, like nah, this is really not about me. Like this is really about, you know what I'm saying, inspiring as many people as I can. You know what I'm saying, impacting people's lives for God, and you know what I'm saying, like I said, starting a legacy, you know what I'm saying, for my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got super real for sure.
Wow. Did you do you feel like, yo, my son is gonna rap? He's gonna do what I do. Like, do you feel that in him already? Do you feel like that's what the talents are gonna be?
I don't know. I think, you know what I'm saying, I feel like he be trying to sing sometimes for sure, but I feel like, man, I think I'm just grateful because I went this route and because my dad helped me like get into this, like he like I said, like he kind of gets a firsthand experience of like anything that he wants to do is possible. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He
Wow.
sees like, cause you know what I'm saying? My wife is a doctor. So I'm like, if you want to go the school route, okay. You know what I'm saying? You see that in your mom's. If you want to go, you know what I'm saying, the entertainer route, the acting route, you know what I'm saying, any of that stuff, like you're able to do that because of, you know what I'm saying, the sacrifices that me and my dad made, me and my family made, you know what I'm saying, like all of that. So I think that's the blessing in it all. Like I'm just like, man, whatever he want to do, you know what I'm saying, he's gonna be cold at it, and it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna work. You know what I mean? So
That's crazy, bro. You just said your wife is a doctor?
yeah, she's a physical therapist. So you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, like
Wow. That's
yeah,
amazing, man.
got a
That's
doctorate
amazing,
and all that.
bro.
So I'm like, if you want to go the school route, because I ain't go to college, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I graduated high school and I was like, let's get to the streets. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if you want to do that, cool.
Yeah.
You want to go to school route? You got two examples. So I feel like that's the blessing in itself. Like he really can do whatever he wants to do. Like some be like, they don't, you know what I'm saying? They kind of don't believe themselves because, you know what I'm saying, things didn't happen for them. But I'm just like, man, like, nah, he has two examples of like anywhere, any direction you want to go.
Yeah.
Like, and you can do it. Anything is possible. So
Yeah. Man, thank you so much, bro. This was fun, bro. This is fun. I got this or that Aaron Cole edition. You ready? You ready? All right, here we go. Historic Bristol train station or the iconic Bristol sign? Which one?
Oh, Bristol sign for sure. Bristol sign. Bristol sign is goated. Like, you know what I'm saying? I shot videos there, etc. Bristol sign for sure.
Got you. Performing at Paramount Center for the Arts or Bristol Rhythm and Roots Reunion Festival?
I feel like selling out the Paramount would be fire. Like it would be like, because Rhythm and Roots is really like the country waves. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a festival of like country music, so it would be cool. But Paramount is just like, man, nah, like I'm selling out the Paramount. It's my people pulling up. You know what I'm saying, in my hometown, downtown Bristol. That would be a movie for sure. That gotta happen.
You. So downtown. Okay. Living in Virginia or Nashville?
Ooh. I would say Nashville just because it's in the mix. But I feel like, ask me that question in like 20, 30 years, I might say, go back to Bristol, man. Get a mansion in Bristol and cool out.
That's dope.
Yeah.
All right, a hook from Saga or a hook from Caleb Mitchell?
That's so crazy. That is insane. Both of them my brothers. I would probably say a hook from Caleb and a verse from Saga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to do it all over again, the first place you would sign, Mixed Bag or Gotee?
Gotee. Man, you funny, bro.
All right. Off my back or I love it?
Ooh. That's tough, bro. That's man, I don't know. What's the toss up? I get one toss up, man. I get one toss up, man. Line for line.
Okay. If you get it, if you can't side, all you got to do is, all I think I say is share the love of God with somebody this week. That's
For
if
sure.
you can't decide. Okay, there you go. All right. So bars or melodies?
Man, I'm gonna say melodies.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think melodies kind of like rule the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like I saw somebody talk about, you know what I'm saying, in one of the reels. I was scrolling one night, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, man, like the reason that, you know what I'm saying, pop songs or whatever are bigger sometimes than rap songs is because if you go across the country, like they don't know English, but they know melodies. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I feel like, yeah, melodies for sure.
All right. These two artists call you and say, you call these two artists and you say, I need a verse by tonight. Which one is giving you that verse? Derek Minor
Okay.
or Paris Chariz?
Oh, they both gonna do it. They both. Okay, I'm gonna say Paris more because Derek's got kids.
Okay.
But Derek got a wife and kids. So if I hit Derek a little too late, he gonna be like, man, you crazy. Like, I'll get it in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But I do feel like if I beg and plead Derek, like, bruh, please, like, because Derek, I ain't gonna lie, Derek live down the street from me. So I'll be like, bruh, like, I'll pull up. I'll pull up right now. Like, let's just knock it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like he would do it for me. But I'm gonna go Paris because, you know what I'm saying, Paris right now, he's still, you know what I'm saying, he got, you know what I'm saying, he not married yet. So I'm like,
got you.
He don't got kids yet. So he'll be like, he'll also be like, man, you crazy. You know what I mean? He'll be like, all right, I got you. You know what I'm saying? He could just get up. He got the studio at the crib, you know what I'm saying, and do it. So I'm gonna go Paris. But they both would though, low key.
Got you. One More Day or Right on Time?
I say Right on Time just because of the story. Like,
okay,
the story, and it was my first one. Like, One More Day was just kind of like, I could do it again here, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay.
Like, for me, in my head, it's like I said, like, all your career, people just like wonder if you could do it again. Like, and so
Yeah.
I feel like my head, that's kind of what that was. Like, it was just like, okay, no, I could definitely do it again. Here it goes, kind of thing. Right on Time, I feel like it was just like a movie and getting to that first, you know what I'm saying, thing to break out. Like, it was just like everything built to that moment. After Right on Time, it was just like, it's a blur, man. Yeah, I mean,
wow, that's crazy, bro. Last one. This is it. I'm gonna let you go.
Bet.
Christian rapper or rapper who's Christian?
I should end the call. Man, I'm gonna say Christian rapper, bro.
Wow.
Even I'm like, I don't know, bro. That was such a huge thing like years ago, but I feel like now, like,
it's feel like it's cool to be a Christian rapper now.
Yeah, or even still, like, who cares? Really? Yeah. That's really what it is. Like, who cares? if a person like wakes up tomorrow, I'm like, no, I'm not a Christian rapper. I'm a rapper who's Christian. Like, they're getting clowned, low key. Like who cares? You know what I'm saying? Bro, if someone came tomorrow in these times and was like, man, nah, I'm not a Christian rapper. I'm a rapper that's a Christian. They're gonna be like, okay, cool story, bro. Like, I don't feel like nobody really cares. It just makes the music that you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Thank
yeah.
you, my brother. Thank you so much, bro. We had so much fun, man.
Bro.
I love hearing your story, man. Your story was so dope, man. Tell everybody how to find you on these socials, what you got coming. Tell everybody, bro.
Yeah, nah, you can follow me. I am Aaron Cole on everything, Instagram, Twitter, you know what I'm saying, Facebook, whatever it is. I am Aaron Cole. I am AaronCole.com. What I got coming, I'm doing an all rap project and I'm doing an all singing project. So we about to
Okay.
start rolling that out soon. So that's what I'm on, man. Go listen to Sorry I Changed. That's out now. Go listen to the Amari EP. It's out now. And we're making it happen.
Dope, my brother. All right, man. Kingdom Citizens, thank you for watching. I think we got another one. This one was really fun. It was dope. And I watched this young man become a grown man. So I'm excited for everything Aaron Cole got going on. All right. See y'all next time. We are out.